Oh.
Well, it's Friday the 13th, so I guess this is appropriate.
Yes, as of the time of
Welcome.
recording this is in fact Friday the 13th.
And the curse of today is Baby Fucking Geniuses.
Okay.
I don't know what this is, but I know we're in for a bad time,
okay.
apparently.
Shirai, it's worse than The Wiz. It's worse than Speed Racer. It is. It's worse. I'd say do not. It is worse than Battlefield Earth.
I will say, admittedly, I didn't watch Speed Racer, even though I was in the commentary, because that movie was not good for my eyes.
Sure.
Not at all.
Well, Shira, this movie's not good for you either. It's not good for your brain.
This is considered one of the worst movies of all time. No, it's literally in some of the Guinness Book of World Records for worst movies of all time.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, it is, Shira. This movie is really that bad. Dwebs, get the movie trivia out of the way. Here, do a Jeff Kramer.
I'm not sure this movie deserves Jeff Kramer.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. So just do your usual spiel.
All right, so Baby Geniuses. It's a movie.
Talk about who the director was.
Debatable. That's debatable. But
okay. It was a movie released in 1999 because that year wasn't jinxed enough already for certain series. although I'll be honest, I think actually no, Phantom Menace is a much better movie.
Much better.
It was directed by Bob Clark and was co-written by him as well. Now, I can't recall ever seeing one of his movies, although in the past he helmed films such as The Emperor's New Clothes, She-Man, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, Porky's 1 and 2. I'm skipping a few things there. He also directed the original 1974 Black Christmas.
Don't forget also he did A Christmas Story.
And yes, that's the movie he's most known for, yeah.
And the film he did before this one, It Runs in the Family. And funny enough, this wasn't the only movie he made that released in 1999. There was also this family film called I'll Remember April.
So basically, let me put it like this. He was pretty much a film directing giant at the time. A lot of his films were very, very, very well renowned. And as far as people knew, the man could do no wrong here because his movies were hit after hit after hit. They were sensations. They were magnum opuses. They were revered. They were adored. Hell, A Christmas Story literally is still adored to this day. So, I guess he decided with the making of this movie, okay, I've had a good run, time to make crap. Okay, look, I won't act like he didn't have good intentions while making this movie, but trust me, when you see this movie, you will understand how those supposed good intentions are very hard to see. Not only that, but this movie, despite being regarded as one of the worst movies of all time, made enough money and got a sequel, which
not just one. It got like 4.
It got 4 sequels.
The eponymous Baby Geniuses franchise.
Good God. And that's the thing. Baby Geniuses 2 was actually a box office bomb. It was one of the rare movies to get a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it was the last movie that Bob Clark directed before he died in 2007. The end of his resume is
Baby Geniuses killed him in more ways than one.
Good God.
Well, I mean, this film was his idea, so...
And I really, really want to know what he was thinking. And you will too, audience. You will too.
So
I don't want to.
Despite the fact that the media has tried to cover up this movie, there are still copies of lore around the digital internet.
Sure, you have to because of contractual obligations. But anyway.
Come on, it'll be fun.
No, it won't, Jova.
I'm trying to soften the blow for her.
Okay. No,
Thank you
Jova.
for trying.
Jova, it's useless. Like, the innocence is gone, Jova. It's dead. It never was. It was a lie from the get-go.
And this was a movie made for kids.
We're learning that a lot was a lie this year.
Alright, so,
All right, hold on, guys. Before we start, I feel the need to put in a disclaimer for the audience. Everybody, this movie is known for killing brain cells at a rapid rate. We will not be held responsible for whatever damage you do to your brain when you watch this movie with us. Watch at your own discretion. There you go. So there you go, everybody. So we're going to do... There's apparently a discrepancy of runtimes with this movie. Our version, which is from Amazon Prime, from Amazon basically, is 1 hour and 30 minutes. But Dwebs' YouTube copy is 1 hour 44. So we're kind of going to see exactly if maybe there's some discrepancy or not. Maybe there's extra scenes in Dwebs' copy.
Confused enough?
Oh boy, because that's what I want, more of this film.
You confused enough, audience? Guess what? Apparently, according to official
IMDb.
sites and IMDb, the actual runtime for this is supposed to be 1 hour 37.
Basically, audience, trying to find the exact runtime of this movie is a nightmare. Trust me, I spent an entire afternoon trying.
I'm just going to pray to God that the reason Dwebs' copy is longer than ours is because it has an extra set of credits for whatever reason or so.
Regardless, audience, start in the black screen right before the TriStar logo. Okay, I warn you now, everybody, both my commentators and the audience. The tale of Baby Geniuses is not long, but it feels long, cryptic, nonsensical, and completely stupid. If you sit through this movie with us, you will be a dumber person than you were before. So,
All right, let's get started then.
Wow, and I'm somebody who frequents Twitter. Jesus Christ.
So it's 3, 2, 1, click. The interesting thing is that I actually know who this movie is made for, because in my line of work, I meet a lot of old people, grandpas and grandmas, and I can tell exactly who this movie is made for. It's made for people who are in their middle age and elderly people. Why is it that? Basically, from my experience, older people really like really bad humor. Like my mom, for example, loves the Minions. She loves them. And I know exactly what the audience that Bob Cock was trying to appeal to. The old ladies who just love and just love watching babies. Okay, basically, sure, this is going to be Bob Clark's directing method for this movie.
Wide-angle lenses galore! Okay, let me put it...
My wide-angle lens is about to burst! There you go,
So,
obligatory reference.
let me set the stage for you guys. Baby Geniuses is a movie that starts at the bottom, gets a shovel, begins digging, and digs itself all the way to China. It goes that low. And keep in mind, folks, this is just the first movie.
I guess the cameraman decided to run away from the set.
Tell it, Bob, you was
out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. The cameraman decided to rage quit the movie.
Get him.
Do I credit this?
Okay.
Do I dare credit the score as being one of the few redeeming qualities of this movie? Or do I just realize that it's really just generic rip-off stuff that sounds like it came from Mission Impossible?
Honestly, Jova, when it comes to the main theme of the score, I can't even catch the melodies. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, I don't even know what the fuck they're trying to do with the score, to be honest with you. But yeah, the basic plot premise here is that there's this baby called Sly, and he's being chased by these goons for reasons that we don't know yet.
His full name is Sylvester.
Ha.
Okay. Ha. It's funny, huh? Sylvester Stallone, huh? It's funny, Shiroi. Laugh. Why aren't you laughing?
I'm not going to.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that kind of joke usually works in cartoons, not so much in live action. Yeah, exactly.
He's moving about.
But yeah, like I was saying, this is exactly the kind of, because I know exactly the kind of people that laugh at this kind of stuff. Old people, old people who love watching babies be cute and doing wacky hijinks.
That's the thing. This movie was apparently made for kids in mind, actually.
Oh god, the CGI.
Oh, trust me, Dwebs. You think the CGI is bad now? Just you wait.
So
This came out the same month the Wing Commander movie came out.
I'm gonna say this: the Wing Commander movie was better.
Well, yeah. I guess.
Oh, Christopher Lloyd, no!
Chris, what are you doing here? Why are you here?
I was bought out today!
Apparently, yeah.
You know, that kind of sets the stage for how stupid this goddamn story is.
The Kinder method?
It's named
What,
after
like-
the doctor who made
Kinder's
it.
German for kid.
For a moment, I thought I was referencing the chocolate.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think of when I think of that word too. But it has an actual meaning, it seems.
All right,
Yeah.
now we're gonna get an exposition dump on what exactly the premise is. Enjoy. Played by that guy from the Mr. Bean movie.
Oh, Peter, why?
Guy. I mean, at least recently he was in the finale of Series of Unfortunate Events.
So, yeah, he works for someone named Dr. Kinder, hence the Kinder method.
In a company called Baby Co. So yeah, apparently Shiro Sly here is a baby genius. So,
Right.
Okay, question. What made you pick this movie, Pedro?
because I actually watched this movie back in the day.
What
Not
were your
on cinemas, on TV.
What were your thoughts of it back then?
Take a wild freaking guess, Joe. By the time this movie came out, I was already 15. I didn't have childhood innocence to protect me. So
I think I can sum up Pedro's thoughts in a rather concise manner.
go ahead. Okay, but yeah, that works.
So basically, Baby Co
okay,
here.
sure. You know
Yes.
how Christopher Lloyd was Judge Doom in Roger Rabbit?
Oh, Kathleen Turner.
Now we have Kathleen Turner, aka Jessica Rabbit,
What?
as the other villain.
And get this, Kathleen Turner is supposedly the aunt of this woman here, Robin Bobbins. No,
So this
that
was
is actually her
secretly-
name.
So this is secretly a reunion.
Oh,
of Roger
Dom, no!
Dom DeLuise, aka the John Ratzenberger of Don Bluth movies, is also in this movie because this was the time for all famous actors to embarrass themselves.
Pedro. Pedro, he was in a big embarrassment the previous year. He was in Secret Invasion 2.
I love how she's like, we love babies. Yeah, like that can
So,
be easily
welcome
taken out
to
of context.
Joy World, the world's largest indoor amusement park. So,
All right, Shiroi, prepare yourself because you're about to get introduced to your nightmare for the next few years.
Okay, guys. So, can you actually buy this? Kathleen Turner supposedly being the aunt of Kim Cattrall, even though they are literally 2 years apart in age.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Technically, it is possible.
Yes.
Technically, it is possible.
Hell. It is actually possible to have, an aunt or uncle actually be younger than the respective nephew or niece because, the nephew or niece was born before the uncle or aunt was.
Oh.
So, let me point out something stupid here. So, this amusement park...
Jova, I'm scared.
So,
How is this supposed to be a charming mascot?
get this. Apparently, everything is controlled remotely, including the mascots. So, let's put things into
Listen
perspective.
to his voice. I love his voice, though. Uh, okay, I don't know about you guys, but if I saw this thing coming towards me, I would shit my pants.
Shiroi,
Look
Shiroi.
at that thing.
So, Shiroi, what would child you have thought of Baby Bunting?
Don't hug that thing.
I don't want to think about child me being exposed to this.
So, I'm guessing child you would have already have been scarred?
It's
Probably.
It's like a mix between. I think Such Critic put it best. It's like a mix of Under the Giant and Gollum.
So, okay, so ignoring how scary that damn thing is, let's put this into perspective. What kind of park would have it that all their mascots were literally robots that they controlled remotely instead of doing the cheaper thing and hiring a kid to wear the costume? That just seems like you're wasting.
I think, but yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, teenager or adult, but yeah.
I mean, I don't think a kid can actually be in that outfit. It's clearly adult size, so. Okay, so apparently the story was by Stephen Paul and whoever that other person was. Bob apparently only did screenplay work. He didn't actually write the story, it seems.
He did. He co-wrote the story.
Yeah,
it was
he
there?
did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's listed as one of the story writers.
Okay, fine.
Babies.
Again, trust me, Jova, old people love movies with babies in them because they always go, oh, it's so cute and blah, blah, blah. Dom, wasn't Troll in Central Park enough, Dom? Wasn't it?
So basically, the Bobbins host a daycare center of sorts. I still can't get over the name. That Kim Cattrall's character is literally called Robin Bobbins.
So allow me to break this down for you, Shira. We have a company called Baby Co. who has a theme park for children. However, it's all a front for them to create illegal experiments on babies for some kind of nefarious purpose. That's our premise.
So you're probably wondering, why be so blatantly and stupidly evil?
I have another even better question. Who the hell was paid to write this story? Someone actually wrote this. Hey guys, babies are geniuses and evil people experiment on them. That's my movie idea.
And then someone at TriStar approved of this.
I just want to point out, we wasted a Roger Rabbit reunion on this Drek.
Yes.
Why? Why did you do this to us?
Why, Bob? Why did you betray us?
Oh, but don't worry, it's about to get worse. Yes, he's doing the amazing thing of building with Legos.
I was doing that too. Does that mean I was a genius too?
Actually, apparently, according to this movie page, you were.
So we should all have been baby.
Oh yeah, there's Wit. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, Sly is actually a twin to the other, to his brother Wit. Get it? Sly and Wit.
Apparently, the reason Sylvester is also, we have had no less than 3 crotch hit jokes in this movie so far.
Yes.
God. But yeah.
Get used to that. This movie loves to have its way with the main.
Oh wait, no, wait. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah, listen to this. Listen to this, Shuri.
So right now the baby is doing gibberish on the piano, but get this.
Computer's interpretation.
So get this, Shiroin Dweebs. According to the computer, even though the baby is playing gibberish, translated, it's into practically a beautiful composition of music.
Jova, you're a musician. You take this.
Jova, in how many ways does this joke offend you?
You know what? I'm just going to point out my interpretation. The computer fucking made it up. I'm barely into this movie and I'm already swearing.
Jova swearing is rare.
And we're 13 minutes in, and this movie got Jova to swear.
We've gotten Jova to say the F word.
Seriously.
Only 13 minutes in, Sheila. We're only 13 minutes in.
Seriously, though. I need to dissect this. So, basically, you have an incredibly multi-million-dollar secret organization, and you rely on what the computer supposedly, makes of babies playing gibberish. By that logic, by having a cat play piano, that cat could be the next Beethoven or something, just because the computer interprets it to sound like Beethoven. You absolute morons!
That doesn't even make any sense. Machines cannot detect musical structure. Musical structure is entirely a human thing. You cannot. It doesn't. Yes, I know that there's music. And now the babies are gonna start talking.
Don't they look cute, Shiroi?
No.
Ha! Roll credits.
Can we leave now?
We're only 14 minutes in, Shiroi.
The characters.
Wow,
the actors had to say all of this with a straight face. This is amazing.
For as bad as this movie was, I think that Kathleen Turner might deserve an award for being able to take this so seriously.
Yeah, both her.
She sounds like she's actually trying.
Both her and the woman from oh God, cat.
Oh God, what is with the cat?
In terms of those gags where you hear a voice coming out of something you wouldn't expect that voice to come out of, I watched Up recently and that was funnier.
Yeah.
Wait, listen to this. The baby swore. Cute. Don't you see, guys? This movie's suggesting that it might be able to speak to an adult audience because the babies swear. Uh-huh.
That's the thing, Jova. They only say ass, I think, only in this scene.
That's the thing.
They got their one A-bomb in here.
Well, Pedro, if it's a PG movie, they could technically have said the S word as well.
Oh, really? It's PG. Oh, I thought it was G.
Well, okay. Well, actually, I don't know. Was it rated G? If it is rated G, then okay, yeah, they could probably only say,
Dibs, could you check?
Check what?
How was this movie rated in America?
Let me see.
IMDb says it.
So, how good?
Jerry Springer, because kids are definitely gonna get who Jerry Springer is.
They actually got the baby to look like he's pacing. That, or they photoshopped his body onto a little person. But they wouldn't do that now, would they?
Ah.
Totally, I mean, that would be the lowest common denominator, now wouldn't it, Dwibs?
I feel like the lowest common denominator right now.
And we're only 17 minutes into this movie.
I mean, at least some people are having fun. I mean, a hard time finding the age rating, I gotta say.
IMDb should say it, though.
IMDb's not giving me much in the way of any help.
This movie
PG.
was rated... Oh, there you go.
Oh, PG. So they could have technically said the S word then.
Whatever.
Don't you see, Pedro? It's to show that kids and adults together can enjoy this movie.
Yeah, sure.
Also, here in Britain, it was rated PG because...
So yeah, like the computer said earlier, Kim Cattrall adopted Wit.
Yeah, and she's also Kinder's niece.
Yeah, not that matters much, really, but yeah. Also, Dom is just kind of here. Really?
Oh, don't worry. He'll play a more substantial role later down. Hey, Dickie!
Oh. Well. Jova, I can't quite tell if this movie's being stereotypical or if it's ahead of its time when it comes to this character.
The sad thing is that he's arguably one of the more relatable characters in this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Dickie / Ice Pink, played by
So,
Kyle Howard.
Shirley, what do you think of this guy?
I was boobed, so I don't.
This guy here.
The one in pink.
The one in pink.
And yes, that's a guy.
I mean, that's fine, I guess. I don't know.
No,
we barely,
because, I was.
We barely started.
I was genuinely curious if, considering the way that guy looks, I'm not entirely sure if this movie is being stereotypical or if it was ahead of its time when it comes to that character.
I'm gonna give this movie the benefit of the doubt and say ahead of its time more than anything.
Well, just because he's wearing pink, or
it's
not just because. It's not just the pink color. It's more so. It's even the way he behaves. Because remember, Shira, when it comes to characters with piercings in movies and stuff like that, usually
the piercings.
Usually, when it comes to a character like this in movies, usually they wear black because that's the kind of the stereotype when it comes to this kind of character. But in here, they have him wear pink. So I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to be some kind of clever subversion or if it's just stereotype.
Neon styles are pretty common, even with earrings and such.
In 1999?
I don't know.
He does. I'll admit, he does look like somebody who escaped the 80s into the 90s.
Well, which is weird because this is the last year of the 90s. Oh yeah, this. Basically, Shiroi, even though the babies can talk between each other, we adults cannot understand them.
Because they have an advanced language that we cannot understand. But apparently, this guy, played by Peter, can, sort of.
Well, actually, no. He's just, he suspects. Yeah, there he goes. He suspects that there's something, but he hasn't actually figured it out yet.
Oh, Peter McNichol. Why?
If I remember correctly, didn't the Mr. Bean movie come out the same year as this, 1999?
No, I think that was 1997.
Oh, 1997, you're right.
Again, it's surprising. Even though Dickie dresses ridiculously, he's one of the more relatable characters in this movie. He also feels like one of the few people who knows what a train wreck we are headed towards and wants to get out.
But yeah, you're probably wondering, Shiroi, how come you don't remember having genius talk when you were a baby? That's because, Shiroi, according to this movie, babies eventually go through changes as they get older, and they just forget all about being geniuses and just become everyday babies. Yeah, that's it, Shiroi. That's the basic premise of this movie. Babies are born geniuses and then turn into everyday morons. That's the premise. Someone actually wrote this, pitched it, and got it greenlit.
Are they trying to prevent that from happening or something?
That's the thing. Okay, from what I can tell, Shiroi, Christopher Lloyd and Kathleen Turner are trying to, find out a way to use their geniuses to their advantage for some reason. They never really do they ever explain what the hell is their ultimate goal?
Supposedly to somehow profit. Okay, basically, Sylvester is a baby that is much smarter than the other babies because apparently...
Oh boy. It's time for some Home Alone hijinks, I think.
It's more so him escaping, but yeah. Oh, by the way, Sony product placement because Sony helped fund this abomination. Anyway.
Sony Pictures. Even back in the 90s, they were making crap. Go ahead.
Yeah, the idea with Sylvester is that he is an incredibly advanced, super smart baby because he was taught with the Kinder method, which is supposedly more superior or whatnot. Oh,
yeah,
this
check
bit.
this out. Check this out.
Listen. That's why I'm smiling.
Yeah, she looks scared, doesn't she, Shiroi? Definitely.
I don't even. So
I get it. You can't ask a baby to look scared. They're fucking babies. They can't act.
which is
That
funny.
that by itself shows you that this movie was a terrible idea. Why make a movie centered around something that can't act?
You know what's funny, Pedro? There's actually a later scene where they actually do get a baby to look specifically scared and crying for a specific scene.
True, but at the same time, Jova, whatever they had to do was not worth it.
I know, but still, though, inconsistent much. But yeah, it is a point, though. I mean,
This movie is not above doing bad CGI. Why can't you CGI their faces? When you need the baby to look sad, just have him look sad via CGI post-production. I mean, it will look terrible, but at the very least... Oh, diaper gravy. Basically, Shiroi, that's going to be the running gag, their catchphrase, diaper gravy.
I hope you enjoy it.
And they're going to say it over and over, Shiroi, until you want to buy a t-shirt of it. Do you want a diaper gravy t-shirt, Lips?
No.
Baby talk.
Basically, Peter McNichol's character here might be on the verge of interpreting baby language. You know?
Someone
actually
wrote this.
You know what? To be fair, this idea can be done well. How do I know? Because The Simpsons already did it.
Yep.
And they did it far, far better. Probably helped that they had Danny DeVito selling it as well.
It's not even just that, Jova. Like, seriously, for a movie that's supposed to be a family comedy romp, it doesn't really... Oh, here we go. I think it's now. Is it? Oh, there you go. The world's biggest video game. Okay, well, that was a scene, I guess.
In other circumstances, it would seem like this guy has lost his marbles. But no, he's completely sane here, trying to see if babies can talk.
So you see,
I think the whole... I wonder if this took inspiration from that little tiny bit you get in the first Pokemon game.
Okay.
Where it's like, oh, can we make Pokemon talk?
Okay, I guess we can assume that they overheard their parents talking about the Gettysburg Address or something, and that's how they know what the Gettysburg Address was.
No. Remember, Jova. Babies start off geniuses. They know because they're geniuses.
Yeah, but even if you're a genius, you still have to learn about something from somewhere.
No, that's the thing, Jova. By genius, I mean the cartoon version of a genius character, as in he knows everything right from the beginning.
So lots of babies say "dada."
Well, okay. To be fair, I guess that
was. He said "dada."
He
said "dada."
Lots of babies do that. What makes this so special?
To be fair, I think that was like her first word or something.
Like, congratulations, you can human now. Your life is all downhill from here.
So I'm guessing Dada was like her first word as far as they knew, but she was just saying it to humor them because super smart babies and they want to throw them a bone?
I don't... As you can see, audience, this is quite possibly the stupidest idea for a movie that has ever been conceived.
Seriously, babies cannot act, so you got your work cut out for you right there and then, but then they do an inconsistent job with trying to get the babies to act properly.
Hell, why not go a step further? Let's make a movie about rocks. Like...
Well, we did make a movie about a killer tire, so why not?
P.U.P. Bottoms.
Hell, look. Well, okay, you know what? No, I probably shouldn't say that because, to be fair, that was Stephen King, so he can make a lot of stuff scary. Even a killer...
Diaper service to your door. Wait, diaper service? There's a company focusing on changing babies. So you can literally call this company and have a guy come to your house to change your baby's diaper?
This is not what Uber
Okay,
was designed
okay.
for.
So guys, I know the movie's been stupid, but how about something realistic? An entire
What?
city's worth of people not noticing a baby without anyone looking after him and totally being just, whatever, not my kid. He's literally
this
in the
like
middle.
Oh,
He's literally in the
and
middle of
he
a street.
died.
Nah, he's just sitting in the middle of a street, and no one stops to ponder, maybe
Where-
something's wrong here.
Where in America is this?
Generic American city. It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's say for movie's sake, it's in New York. Is this normal, Jova?
God, no! New York is one of the most vigilant cities ever.
Don't worry, Shiro.
Oh,
This will
not
all...
according to this movie, it isn't.
Don't worry, Shiro. This will all make sense when you're older.
Oh, hey, Rover.
Actually,
Pedro, we're all at least
look at
25.
that guy! The doggo said diaper gravy!
How is this
It's
supposed to be?
funny!
So, I just want to point out, they literally repeated diaper gravy within the span of 10 minutes 4 times.
That's a stupid word, phrase, thing.
But the doggo said it, Shiroi.
I don't care. It's a bad dog.
How dare you sell out, doggo?
So this is what.
They all look so bored. Like,
So this is
completely
what
bored.
Xenohawk was doing before.
They're all inside Shiro. They're all thinking, "Oh my God, this little pan shot is gonna be the only thing in my resume."
So basically, Jova, this is what Xenohawk was doing before he tried to take over all of reality or whatever.
I guess.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still hung up on that thing from before. You can literally call someone to change your baby's diapers. This is the pinnacle of lazy parenting. You can.
It says something. So literally the first people who actually do think about looking after this kid are homeless people.
If changing a diaper is a big problem for you, hire a nanny.
Not only that, but this homeless guy was going to hold him for ransom as well.
Oh,
Don't
look
worry,
at that,
though,
Shiro.
you
The
beat him
baby's
up.
beating the crap out of the homeless person. That's funny, isn't it?
I guess to be fair, that homeless person was going to hold him for ransom, but hey, again, considering that he was literally the only person in the city... Wait, is he dead?
Did he just kill the guy?
Oh...
And he took his clothes and his cigar.
Again, nothing to see here.
I don't.
Oh my! Literally, that's what you have to say. It's a fashion statement.
Okay, see, Shiro, a baby walking around the streets, that's fine. But if he's wearing a trench coat, a hat, and a cigar, now that is when they notice him. See? This makes sense. Somehow.
No, it doesn't.
Also, I guess.
You see what I mean? You can really feel your brain cells die
Oh.
as you watch this movie.
Oh, look at that, guys! The baby is hitting on a baby girl.
Okay, I guess at the very least they're both the same
Take off.
age.
Also, he tells her to take off her clothes.
Baby porn! Yay! Why not?
Excuse me?
I should have just refused to swallow.
Sure, we just had a male baby tell a female baby to take her clothes off.
Well, at least she's not under.
How did this get away with a PG rating?
A family film, sure.
Or a rating at all.
And look at that! Now he took her clothes so he can go in disguise.
If someone pitched this script to me, I would slap that guy's face.
Oh, and look at that!
How
So
dare
wait a
you
minute,
bring
he
this
was
Wait,
just
oh my
swapping.
God.
He was just
Oh.
swapping the clothes.
Wait,
like
wait,
it wasn't like.
sure. She was smoking. You know, usually how someone smokes after they've had sex, so... Are they implying that the babies
Well,
did it?
I really hope they're not implying. Like, they're probably not. I hope they're not.
Well, the fact that she says "call me" while holding that cigar in that way does not leave much up to the imagination, now does it?
This is exactly what I was talking about, Shiroy. Believe it or not, Shiroy, a lot of old people love watching babies do adult things. They find it cute and amusing.
Why?
I don't know, Shiroy.
I bet Son of the Mask is their favorite movie of all time.
Remember, Shiroy,
Honestly, Son of the Mask is better than this. Oh, don't get me wrong. The effects in that can be freaking terrifying, but I will take Son of the Mask's plot over any of the Baby Geniuses movies. Like, at least Son of the Mask feels like it has some semblance of what comedy is supposed to be and not just being creepy. And look, I get it. You want to do something where babies act like adults. Which, dear God, now I realize Boss Baby may have been taking inspiration from this. But, you know, it is possible. Possible to do something like that. Hell, Roger Rabbit literally did that. Why aren't I watching Roger Rabbit instead?
It's interesting you say that, Jova, because, again, like I said, this is, for a movie that's supposed to be a family comedy romp, this movie doesn't have that many jokes in it. Like, it has a surprisingly grounded and serious tone, which is completely at odds with the premise.
I think this is why...
A premise like this should be in a completely over-the-top, goofy tone. That's the only way a premise like this can possibly work. And even then, it's not a guarantee.
Seriously, when you have the movie act so seriously, it makes scenes like Sylvester telling the baby girl to take off her clothes, or the implication that they had sex, kind of freaky, and not in a good way.
See, this is why I had to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this commentary. This movie's outright dangerous for people's brain cells.
Is it any
So
surprise?
how come it's being sold?
Is it any surprise that this movie got 2% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Well, I mean, from what I heard, its sequel got a 0%. So
yeah, again,
Gibbs, the sequel is actually better.
Really?
Don't get me wrong, Joe. It's still a bad movie, but it's nowhere near as terrible as this.
It has flipping Nazis in it that come the fudge out of nowhere.
But that's exactly the thing, Jova. That's one of the big reasons for me. At the very least, it actually has a proper cartoony, over-the-top tone like this movie should have had.
I think
the
problem I have with Baby Geniuses too is that sure, it's more wackier, but it also just becomes completely brain dead plot-wise, even more so than this movie, which already had a pretty stupid plot.
So yeah, Peter McNichol and Kim Cattrall are gonna fuck. So let's cut to see what Sly is up to.
Well, hey, I guess at least somebody's having fun.
Oh, looks like Sly got himself trapped in a closed mall. Or not.
Yeah. You are finding video game. Oh, Crash Bandicoot!
You're a baby. You can't play video games.
Hey, Twibs! Crash Bandicoot makes an appearance here, and he's actually pretty good at it. He made his way to fumbling in the dark. Also, why did you find video games in Macy's of all things?
You see, Shiroy, the reason you can't 100% all 4 of the Crash games is because all that genius, amazing skills you had as a baby are all gone.
Oh, see? Cute. He referenced the mask.
Oh, there you go, Dwebs. You're very sensitive to bad CGI. Have a look at this.
I'm just wondering, what kind of Macy's had a video game port section in it? Like, even back then, I don't recall Macy's having a video game section.
I think Dwibs is checked out.
Do you think it was the fact that they dragged Crash Bandicoot into this?
Well, Dwebs died.
No. So, Shiroy, how are these effects doing for you?
They are terrible.
Oh. You know what? Go back to playing Crash Bandicoot. At least I was looking at something that brought me joy.
This movie does not spark joy.
Okay, so get this. Wit and Sly, even though they've never met, have apparently a telepathic connection.
Let me guess, all babies have this weird connection or something.
No.
Not all.
It's just slang wit. Remember, Sheila,
Okay.
Jeopardy!
It's a typical trope in movies where, for some reason, they do this thing where twins always have some kind of connection where they can always tell when the other one is in danger for some reason.
Oh, Alex. I'm sorry that you're in this movie. Rest in peace, man.
What is bad movie?
Yes, I will take Eternal Suffering for 2000, Alex.
In the meantime, Kim Cattrall is doing some crosswords.
I guess that's
Probably
what you do after having sex.
Of course, after I'm done having sex, my first order of business is, okay, time for some crosswords.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, you do you, I guess.
As for Peter...
No! No.
Okay.
Basically, Shuri, he just suggested that babies have all the answers to life. So...
When you can tell that this movie feels like comedy. Wouldn't it be much funnier if they were both smoking?
I know,
after?
right? Again,
You know?
that's the
Cliche
thing.
joke, I know, but at least it's a joke that makes sense.
That's the thing. It was the babies that were smoking after implied sex. Yet the adults, they do crosswords after it.
Why?
Because this movie's dumb, Shiroi.
Like, you could call it subversion, but it's terrible subversion, and it's gross and weird and...
Don't you see, Shiroi? The babies act more like adults than the actual adults, I guess.
So, Shiroi, how are your brain cells holding up?
Oh, they left after the scene Jova was just referencing?
Which, oh, you mean the one with the babies supposedly having sex?
Like, yeah, that weird humor surrounding that.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Oh,
even a
look.
brain
Oh,
cell.
Shiroi.
My brain walked
Oh,
out
look.
my skull.
Oh, look, Shiroi, they fail at changing diapers. It's wacky and funny.
You know, maybe, being a new parent is...
So basically what they do is hold competitions on...
What the hell are you...
Okay, I'm
Okay, now
convinced.
this is racist. Okay, now this is racist.
I think Dickie is just a hipster, really.
I don't...
You betrayed Shiva, yada yada yada.
I don't... Dwibs, help me.
How can I help you? I was burned for a bit.
Dwibs, you missed out on
You're
the
lucky.
amazing effects of Dancing Sylvester. Oh, Dwibs, did you also spot the part? Sylvester was playing Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I think he saw that, actually.
They dragged Crash Bandicoot into this.
I didn't catch that, but I mean, it does make sense. I mean, this movie was distributed by Sony, so...
Yeah.
That being
Okay,
said, I'm sorry, I need to bring this up, though. Did you notice...
TriStar's owned by Sony, Jova.
Did you
Yeah,
notice
I know.
just now? Did you notice just now when the parents were trying to change the diapers, and while they were trying to do all that, all that fumbling around with the, the little baby girl was smiling and like, okay, if it, you can that scene has horrible implications. Why the hell is she so overjoyed at the fact that she's having her diaper? She. Combined with the way they're messing their hands and everything, it's incredibly disturbing, the implications.
Yeah, it really is.
I would like to point out as well, look, I get, being a new parent is probably difficult, but why was a whole room full of adults so bad at changing one diaper?
Well, sure, the idea...
I don't understand.
Sure. The idea is that the two bobbins have competitions over who can change a diaper quicker.
Okay, credit. I've never changed a diaper in my life, but it's a diaper. How hard can it be? Like,
again, so nobody is really suspicious. Okay, so suddenly people are starting to be suspicious of a kid walking around. Even though a kid getting lost in a mall or being somewhat around from parent to parent in a mall is somewhat more believable than, letting a kid out on the streets go.
I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, take out the diaper, use a tissue to wipe the butt, and apply some powder, and a new diaper. Did I miss something? I think that's about it, right? I mean, it... Oh, okay, Yoshi, right. This is where the proper plot starts. Now
Punch.
the two twins are gonna meet each other for the first time. Or not meet each other. They're gonna switch places, basically.
Okay, does he have super strength for something? I don't care how smart you are, that doesn't immediately give you the ability to bench press 10 tons. The bench press.
Oh, no, they do meet each other. Okay, then. I thought it was only at the end that they do. And that's it. So how come Wit is not a genius?
Apparently he's not as smart as Sylvester because Sylvester... See, the idea with Sylvester is that he was given the kinder method of study, which means he's more advanced in his genius.
So there you go. Okay.
Okay, so no one is suspicious of them putting a baby in a bag? Of course.
Roy. Yeah, we just saw a bunch of men dressed in black put a baby in a bag, in right in the middle of a mall where everybody can see, and apparently nobody bats an eye at this.
You know...
Why? Like, not even a sideways glance or anything.
Okay, there's a reason why this trope of the adults being way dumber than children died.
Oh god, now here comes a rather uncomfortable scene, all things considered.
This whole movie is a whole cost of wrong.
Where do you think they went wrong?
So there you go. They got the other twin, the dumb twin, by mistake.
They actually got him to cry and look scared.
Oh, hold on. There you go. Okay. Bob, whatever you had to do to cause pain to that baby to make him cry, I hate you for doing that. And I hate everybody for being okay with this.
What are you talking about? This movie was totally going to be a wonder. And I hate that it actually was a financial success. Seriously.
Wait, seriously?
Sure, this movie actually...
This movie had 4 sequels. This is a franchise, remember?
Okay. To Shure's credit, Pedro, the second movie was a box office bomb. Which makes it all the more frustrating.
Okay, you mentioned the second movie, but I didn't know there were 2 more after that.
Sure. Oh. There were 3 more after the second movie.
Oh my god.
Pedro,
Yes, Zips?
you know how I mentioned earlier Wing Commander came out the same month this film did?
Yes.
It even came out the same day this film did.
Oh, so this movie destroyed Wing Commander at the box office. Nice to know, I guess.
Oh.
Wing Commander is a terrible movie, don't get me wrong, but dear lord, it's fucking Citizen Kane compared to this.
Okay, so this movie, on a budget of $12 million, made $36.5 million. So, it succeeded.
Wing Commander cost 30 and made 11.
Oh, and look at that. Now he's doing flips. There you go. And look at that, Shirai. The sister is the only one that notices that something's wrong. You see, you'd think that the fact that
Oh my god, I love her outline there. I'm the executive director of a madhouse. That may be the most sane thing anyone in this movie has said.
No, Kim. The executive producer of this movie is the one that...
This is what the owner of the film studio had to say.
Yeah, exactly.
The boss at TriStar watched this finished product and thought, oh my god, I greenlit this.
So they literally put the baby behind bars, but shock of all shocks, the babies realize that something may be wrong with him as well.
You'd think with suddenly being super fit and doing backflips would, cause any kind of suspicion, but I guess not.
Nah. It's all just a part of growing up. I remember when as a baby I solved world hunger.
Must be contagious. Contagious. Yeah, because adults are just fucking morons.
Check. Oh boy, get it? It's the typical protagonists don't like each other, but they're gonna like them. Okay, look, that is the thing. When you really get down to it, this is a basic movie. Well, okay, it's a very stupid basic movie, but nonetheless, it's a movie with a rather basic plot. Protagonist has to escape from prison, jail cell, secret laboratory, or whatnot, switches places with another person who ends up getting captured, the person who recognizes them, this and that and that. It's like the souped up The Prince and the Pauper, but with babies.
I have a question. If Sly is the only one that they really care about, why do they have all these other babies around?
Oh, well, because, Pedro, like any proper experiment, they need to have all these different ones to compare on the leveling variances of intelligence here. See, they want to use super advanced, intelligent babies so they can advance science, but of course, profit off of it. Totally makes sense, doesn't it? Moving on.
I think this movie is frying Pedro's brain.
I should have taken my own advice.
I don't have any alcohol, and this is a movie that warranted it.
Oh, believe it or not, Shirai, it gets worse later on.
Worse than the horrible implications at the beginning of the movie?
Shirai, remember, eventually the babies just forget all about that shit and just become everyday normal babies.
Also,
so
look, of course,
whatever happens during your early baby period stays at your early baby period. So eventually everything goes back to normal.
I love how the babies...
I don't know how much consolation that gives you, but take that for what you will. Go ahead, Jova, go ahead.
I love how the babies literally spell out the plot for us at times as well.
Oh, you think that's rich, Jova? Wait till we get to my... Well, not... Okay, saying that it's my favorite scene kind of implies that I like it. I don't, but it's the scene it's the scene that's the most fascinating to me.
So, yeah, you guys done goofed and got the wrong twin.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Is she trying to do a Cruella de Vil impression?
No, I'm more... My mind jumped to the opening for Wrath of Cortex.
Again, we do have Crash Bandicoot in this movie. Wait. But now she actually sees the advantage in this.
I think Kathleen is going insane.
She's doing so well.
So, Pedro, I love how even the babies call her a brown nose. Give them all a raise, so she goes from you idiots to you all get a raise for screwing up. So basically, it's the perfect opportunity for her to do comparative tests.
These idiot babies are gonna get a raise, but most adults cannot.
This is a messed up world.
What kind of shit is this?
It's all for the greater good, as the babies pointed out.
No.
But surely, the babies know all.
If they knew all, then why didn't they take care of this year of 2020?
Remember, Shiroi, babies cannot do... babies eventually... sorry, actually, Shiroi, now that I think about it, maybe it's like a Toy Story thing, where the babies are geniuses, but they have to keep it secret from the rest of the world. Because...
Am I not supposed to think about it at all?
But that
Because once we start thinking about it, we get shit like this.
There you go. See, that's what I was saying earlier. There you go.
Oh, look at that! Now that
see, she even said she's one of them now. There you go. See, Shiroi, that baby became one of us, as in a normal everyday moron that's not a genius.
So don't you see, Shiroi?
Yeah, like the fucking idiots that actually wrote this movie.
So you get it, Shiroi? When you grow up, you become dumber.
I think it's now, isn't it? Oh, never mind. No, it's after. Go ahead.
Okay. You got one funny joke there with the cross from Dom DeLuise there movie. That was one funny joke out of like 1,000 terrible ones.
Now give us more.
So we had that one funny joke and it took 54 minutes.
I mean, okay, to be fair, this has gone a lot quicker than I expected.
Well, the movie is short.
It's just you said at the beginning it feels longer. It's like, that's actually been okay. I'm laughing to hide the pain. It's mostly that.
Yep,
Crap
apparently.
wrestling comedy.
Again, for some reason, Peter McNichol's character is slowly but surely able to translate and comprehend what the babies are saying.
But how, though?
Because
He's got the touch.
No, Peter, it's not.
So Pedro, you mentioned there was another woman who should also get an award for taking a movie so terribly
Yeah.
so well.
The woman from Biodome who has to pretend that she finds Pauly Shore funny. Now that requires acting skills.
what about Stephen Baldwin?
Well, Stephen Baldwin is funny too, but he can hold a freaking candle to the king of unfunny.
I just say this: it's amazing that a Goofy movie was able to make Pauly Shore bearable, if even funny.
Well, it's even better for me because I prefer the Portuguese dub of that movie, so I don't even have to put up with Pauly Shore when I watch that movie.
I get the feeling you're not a fan of Pauly Shore.
No, if you had seen Biodome, Joe, you would know why. Oh, here we go.
Oh, no.
And she always burb at the scene that I wanted her to see most. Fucking hell.
Maybe it's...
Crap, he was even in Star versus the Forces of Evil.
I'm not...
God damn it.
Wait, which season?
I don't know, but all I know is he plays a character named Johnny Blowhole.
Huh? What?
All right, Shiroi, we're about
Oh
to see...
my god, with these trends. Yes, stop. Stop. Absolutely, stop whatever you are doing.
Stop. Whatever you're doing, movie, stop. In fact, stop everything that you're doing while you're at it.
It's time to stop.
All right, anyway, Shiroi, guess what? We're about to get into his... Again, saying that it's my favorite scene implies that I like it, so I'll say the most fascinating instead.
I would have understood what you actually meant anyway. It's fine.
This basically, Shiroi, is where the movie completely stops even pretending that it doesn't hate you.
Okay.
Check this out, Shiroi. So basically, Shiroi, Baby Coast sent these two guys to get Sly back. Let's see how this turns out. Self-mute? What?
I think he's
Some people call that piercings and tattoos that.
You know what? I don't care. Moving on.
Because for some reason people think tattoos and piercings are a problem.
I don't even care. Whatever. Moving on.
I get the feeling this isn't something that Kyle Howard puts on his resume.
Nah, you think?
Imagine saying, I was Dickie in Baby Geniuses. You know, that guy who dresses up.
Oh, is this the scene where we get the Home Alone stuff you were talking about?
Sure. Not just that.
Shiroi.
Wait,
You'll see.
Just
You'll
watch
Shiroi.
and see
The
how
movie,
they
Shiroi,
present it.
the movie, Shiroi, is about to insult you for even watching it.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Just listen to the line that's coming up.
I didn't want to be here anyway.
You gotta hear this to believe it.
Listen and enjoy.
Okay.
Ooh, scary. Of course, only a bad movie would do that.
Exactly.
Only a bad movie would do that.
I think this dude's just a dick.
Only a bad movie would do that, so that's exactly what we're about to do! Thank you, movie. You literally the movie literally just said that only happens in bad movies, and then it
so
did
what,
it.
Are they saying Home Alone 1 and 2 are bad movies?
No, that joke, that particular pratfall never happened in Home Alone anyway, Dribs. So it doesn't even work that way.
The movie just called itself a bad movie, effectively.
Not just that. Believe it or not, Shiroi, that wasn't it. Did you have that joke?
Not really.
Oh,
well, too bad, because the movie's about to do it again.
Also, some black belt you are.
Just listen to this. It's literally word by word.
Okay.
Yes, it is lame dialogue.
The delivery was also pretty terrible.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Line for line.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I think I accidentally rewinded my video.
And watch this. The same thing happens.
It's a rare movie that not only makes you feel stupid for watching it, it flat out tells you you're stupid for watching it.
Not only that, it literally repeats itself.
This scene, to me, is the pinnacle of terrible.
Yeah, that's totally...
I still might pick it from my bad movie nights, though, because this is...
I know, right? Okay.
Something.
You know what? If you're looking for a bad movie, this movie will not disappoint you. In fact, you may have hit the mother lode for bad movie night, Shiroi.
Allow me to translate, everybody. The movie literally just told us straight up that this is literally the writers and the directors and the producers laughing at you for being so dumb as to watch their movie.
Or maybe they're being self-aware,
So
that this is a dumb idea on their part.
Basically, we're saying we're all dumb.
So basically, Sylvester feeling guilty for what happened to his twin is now going to mount a rescue.
Or is this their way of telling us we lost our genius, by becoming adults? And
yes.
Again, like Shiroi pointed out, if babies are supposedly geniuses, why haven't they solved 2020?
I have a question, Bob. If you know that dialogue was lame, why did you write it?
Because I do, that people...
I get that
people watch it anyway because, why
it's
not?
Baby Geniuses.
I get that it was probably the point, but it just
Put
didn't
something like
work
that on the poster,
really.
they'll flock to see it in droves.
And yet, again, you know what? I'll just say this. This movie is a sign that life is not fair. The fact that much better deserving movies like Treasure Planet, Lone Ranger, and,
Well, the ending of the Lone Ranger, anyway.
Lone Ranger as a whole still, but yeah, okay, mainly the ending, but yeah. Treasure Planet, Lone Ranger, and, hell, Tron Legacy, although that one is supposedly now getting a sequel, but it was in danger of not getting one. But the fact that much better deserving movies that unfortunately bombed did not get a sequel, yet...
Yeah, I mean, I mean, each of those movies you mentioned has like has at least one huge thing backing it up. Treasure Planet has the animation. The Lone Ranger has the ending, and Tron Legacy has the soundtrack. What does this have?
Isn't it funny, Shiro, how the baby was pulling Dickie by his nose pierce, horribly hurting him in the process? It's funny.
So
no, it's not.
So basically, the two twins are now mobilizing babies to attack. That's a good point. You are supposed to be just geniuses, not ninjas.
What do you mean? You can literally do backflips. You might as well be ninjas at this point.
I mean, one of you at least knows karate, apparently.
They're literally doing a training montage of karate now.
It's like a military exercise thing. One at a time, Jesus!
It's not. God. As someone who actually has taken karate, it's not that easy.
I don't want to do karate.
Yeah, that's my reaction to the whole movie. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, a movie, for channeling my reaction.
He said one at a time! Yes, it is harder than you would think.
Movie. Yeah, movie. You really think that I'm going to step over here and you're going to hit me with that ski and it's going to hit me in the gonads? I'll make a funny face and fall down the stairs. Is that it? Well, I think you've been writing way too many bad scripts, Bob.
Whack!
You know what?
Oh, wait, guys. What is it that adults fear most? I don't know. Is it like making a terrible movie that's meant to appeal to kids, but clearly just drains money for money's sake?
Oh my God! No, that's the problem, dude. There is no intelligence to be found in your movie. That plan will fail. Anyway, you know what, Shiroi? The movie suddenly got less tolerable because it's still 1 hour and 4. We're still at 1 hour and 4. So it's going by slower now.
It's slowing down the more we go through it.
Hey, Shiroi, ready for things to get even more stupid?
No.
Get this, these babies are now going to hypnotize Dom DeLuise's character, because they be that smart, yo.
Hypnotism.
Of course. Because it's funny.
What do you think Dom DeLuise thought when he saw the script for this? You will be hypnotized by supposed baby geniuses.
Jova, he said yes to Troll in Central Park. I'm pretty sure Dom DeLuise would say yes to anything.
I guess, I can't believe I'm saying this, but to be fair to Troll in Central Park, which is also... Yeah, even Troll in Central Park is a better movie than this, but to be fair to Troll in Central Park, it's kind of like practically in an unwritten script for him to be in every Don Bluth movie. Well, before he died. Also, I love Dickie's reaction to this. Again, despite dressing weird, Dickie is arguably one of the more relatable characters in this movie because he recognizes the bullcrap for what it is. Or he's just also been brainwashed too by accident.
Yeah, that was Dom DeLuise's and Dickie's tongue.
I guess Dickie is also hypnotized at first.
Stop showing me shots of Dom DeLuise's
It's just
tongue. I don't want to see that.
Oh, and they make him pick his nose too.
I got a question actually.
What?
In terms of really bad Dom DeLuise movies released around this time, if I tied you onto a chair and forced you to watch either this or Secret of NIMH 2 to get out, which was
Secret of NIMH 2.
Ooh.
Secret of NIMH 2 is terrible, but I'll still take it over this.
Damn, you'll take a crappy musical you'll take a crappy musical sequel to a movie that wasn't even a musical.
Okay, like Jova said, it looks like whatever intelligence Dickie had, he just lost it. I guess he finally. Yep, there you go. Yeah. Well, we lost Dickie. Guys. We lost him. Yep. He cracked. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Jova. We lost him.
Yeah.
We lost him. But yeah, like I was saying.
But don't you see Carrie staying behind because she has a job to do?
It's very simple, Dwibs. I can give you an exactly perfect. At the very least, I get to hear Eric Idle sing. That alone makes it better in this.
True, yeah. Well, okay, but don't you see, Dwibs?
Yeah, that's the thing, So you'd rather take the secret of them turning into Pinky and the Brain over this?
Yes.
Well, okay, so Dwibs, would you consider Crash Bandicoot enough of a saving grace of this movie?
I will.
No.
It's another type of argument that I like to make when it comes to what movies I prefer, Dwibs. Like for example, if you would ask me if I would rather watch this or Aragon, I would rather watch Aragon because...
Oh, God, Aragon so much.
I would watch Aragon, Dwibs, because it rips off Star Wars and it rips off Lord of the Rings. And for as egregious as that is, you're ripping off some pretty good shit. So I would rather watch a filtered Star Wars plus Lord of the Rings over this.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for Secret of NIMH. I would rather watch a filtered Pinky and the Brain over this.
Well, considering who owns Aragon, right? Because he kind of fits the whole Star Wars comparison.
Well, that's one less competent character since we lost Dickie. A little more sounds for Dickie.
Who we got left? Peter McNichol?
He is arguably one of the smarter characters in this movie because supposedly he's the closest to understanding the babies. God, the man who is closer to understanding babies is supposedly one of the smartest characters in this movie. Help me. Okay, it's time for his plot arc to come to a culmination.
Who's trapped in the well?
One of them.
Skylar. Oh God, Skylar from Pokemon Black and White got roped into this.
Connect with your inner child.
What do you mean the game would come out for another 11 years after this in Japan?
This dude's face, he looks so miserable.
Yes, he connected to his inner child, and that allows him to understand her. So you see, whenever you have a baby, just connect to your inner child, and you will be able to understand everything they say.
Liechtenstein is a country.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Okay, that's the thing. Apparently, BabyCo is moving their assets of the secret program to Liechtenstein.
Miss Kim and whoever that the maid is, I don't forgot her name if she has one. That's not the correct reaction to your daughter, baby daughter talking. The correct reaction here would be. That's the correct reaction.
But don't you see, Pedro? He's been trying to make this breakthrough all along. But yeah, basically, if they don't stop Dr. Kinder in time, she'll take the babies to Liechtenstein.
Oh, no.
Bob says yes. Bob says yes, Dwibs. So yes.
I haven't been to Liechtenstein, but...
Okay. That joke actually works, because for the first time, someone is treating this plot with the kind of, sense that any normal person would have. Okay, that's free jokes. This movie's got free good jokes.
What the with the call attendant just being completely done with this shit?
Well,
Okay.
that's three. Well, then that's three more good jokes than what Revenge of the Fallen has. So yeah.
No.
Put your fucking phone down,
I'm
you're
sorry. I'm
driving.
sorry. This movie is actually. That is a good point. Is this movie actually worse than Revenge of the Fallen?
Well, Jover,
No, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta be serious here. You're not supposed to talk with your phone like that. Yeah, give it to your wife. You're not supposed to talk with your phone like that while you're driving, you idiots.
Yeah, bad movie driving. Jova, two specific things. That movie is way more racist and is way longer. I'll take this because it's shorter. Again, goes back to my usual argument. Would I want to get stabbed in my balls for 1 hour and 30 or for 2 hours and 30? I wouldn't enjoy either, but I'll take less time.
So
yeah, but the thing is, Pedro, your balls would be off in the shorter time.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Just don't take my joke too seriously.
Okay. Well, I don't.
Honestly, Pedro, the comedy of this movie is so bad. I think I've lost all sense of laughter.
Okay. The lane thing.
This movie is like a dementor.
It's not so much the lane thing, but you do have a point about this movie not being as racist as Revenge of the Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, when we get to Revenge of the Fallen, there's a couple of tidbits about that thing that I want to bring up.
Shiroi?
Yes?
Dwebs?
Again, it's not yet, though.
Shiroi and Dwebs. Believe it or not, Baby Bunting is not the only nightmare you'll be having in the next few years. You will be seeing him, yes, but we're going to introduce you to more nightmares. So there you go, Dwebs. Meet your night terrors for the next few years.
It gets worse. If you thought it was scary before, get ready for some real terror.
Hey, let me put it like this, Shiroi. Let's be metaphorical about this. Right now, the adult characters is you and your brain. In fact, your brain cells. And the children's mascots are representative of this movie. So we're going to see a physical manifestation of what this movie is doing to you.
Oh, clowns, because every kid does that.
Great, a clown. Okay, why do they all have scared, terrifying eyes? You see, and this is why everybody, Taylor's out here watching this with us, because I showed him one screenshot of this, and he was like, "Oh, nope." So
he bailed.
Bailed?
Can't really blame him.
Don't worry, we'll probably have him around for Baby Geniuses too.
No, I don't want a hug from
Great,
you. Get the hell away from me.
Great, he could take my place because I'm not watching that.
Don't worry, Jibs. We'll have you back for the other free Baby Genius films.
That thing is terrifying.
Hold on. Not only is it terrifying, Shiroi, it's murderous.
Oh my God! It's killing them. My God, it's killing them. Oh wait! Watch this. The alien literally has a laser gun. What kind of park would give their animatronics actual weaponry?
Santa! Whoa! Jesus Christ!
You know.
Okay, that actually got a laugh.
Evil Santa and evil gnomes are killing people.
Oh.
What has this movie actually become?
A horror movie.
This is like this is for me and Pedro. I think what the subway scene in The Wiz was for Tio.
And now Christopher Lloyd is locked onto the roller coaster ride.
Can the goose please save the day, please?
It's a robo goose, Shiroi, so...
Oh my God, Christopher Lloyd is going mad too.
Oh, wow, that guy's dead.
There you go, Shiroi. There you go. It's like I said, it's a physical manifestation of what this movie is doing to our brain cells. Oh God.
Oh,
I need to.
I'm gonna get a headache. Like an actual headache.
You see what I mean? This is why I gave a disclaimer at the beginning of this commentary.
And remember,
we will not be held responsible for what this movie does to you.
And remember, Shiroi, this is just the first Baby Genius film.
You did give a disclaimer at the beginning of the commentary, but I don't think people realized how serious you were.
Well, guys...
Okay. I never saw 3 and 4, but I have seen 2, and
have you seen 5?
Oh, there's a 5th one as well?
Yes.
Well, I never saw.
Yeah, he said earlier in the movie.
I never saw any past 2. But I do remember 2 being at the very least more tolerable than this.
I don't know. I mean, yes, like you said, 2 is more wacky, but the plot is just that goddamn stupid that...
True, but there's no baby asking another baby to take her clothes off. That's a plus.
Yeah, but it still doesn't stop some of the sexual innuendos from seeping in. Aww, how nice.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, it was a good idea to
Brotherly love.
Yeah, it was a good thing that we left Tail out of this, because he would probably be dead by this point if he were here. Oh, God. Oh, look, Shiroi, you're another grown-up putting a little baby in the bag.
Mono.
What's up with this movie and adults putting babies in bags?
What importance of the work?
Kathleen, the movie's done. It's dead. Don't even bother.
No! No! I entered into this movie, and I'm going to get something out of it!
Good for you.
Can we have the T-Rex eat the child mascots?
No.
That would be a nice cathartic moment for
Pedro, the T-Rex is on their side. Every time, kiddo. Why are you quoting movies better than you?
That's how it's getting by.
All right,
it's
so
time for the final showdown.
You know what this means, guys? We have to get to the chopper.
This will be a totally awesome fight scene, courtesy of something like Batman 1989. Because Lord knows Kathleen Turner's just gone that crazy at this point.
How was the budget for this movie?
Let me
12 million.
Yeah, in that case, Jova, they cannot afford that kind of action
12
sequence.
billion and like maybe 36. So.
Well, to be fair, Pedro, movies with lesser budgets have gotten to make better action scenes.
True, but Bob is still not giving it to us, so screw you.
Oh, snap. Well, crud. Whoa, suddenly the music sounds like it gives a crap.
Hey, Dwebs. I can imagine Kathleen Turner, if she was interviewed about this movie now, or Christopher Lloyd maybe, they would go full PTSD and go, "I was there when the strength of men fell." And then when he read the script, and it turned to Bob. Throw the script into the fire! Destroy it! Bob!
Oh wait, hold on, time for a twist. Dun dun dun!
Who cares? That's not even... Seriously. They focused on that storyline on that subplot for what? 5 seconds?
Don't you see though? She's relieved that they're not related because she hated her.
But what does that got to do with anything
Because she would have felt terrible if she hit her aunt. That is clearly the biggest worry at hand.
So I have a question: are the child mascots still? Have the child mascots escaped the theme park and are out there in New York terrorizing the populace?
Yes, I think so.
Pedro, now we have to focus on this though. See, now they're coming to that point where they're going to cross over now, because I guess Sylvester isn't still getting the Kinder method. So, oh my God, it is Boss Baby. Except I can't believe
I haven't seen that movie either.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Boss Baby is a better movie.
It is. It's still a really bad movie, Shiroi, but yeah, no.
And that was from the guy who wrote Thunderbirds. Co-wrote it.
So believe it or not, now the two are crossing over, which means they suddenly become dumb like us.
Yep. Well, that was a movie full of stupidity, calling the audience flat.
Oh, wait, hold on. We are not done yet, though. Shiroi, you know how you hate when a movie brings up...
Yes.
You know, McNichol literally got injured from being in this movie. Man.
Yes, Jova?
Again, yeah, at the very least, the most recent thing I've seen Peter McNichol in was in the final episode of the series 114.
Yeah, you've told us.
Anyway, Shuri, you know how you hate when...
He was in good stuff. He was also in Battleship.
Hold on,
yes, Jova?
You know how you hate when a movie brings up a potential answer for the thing about a movie, but then it just teases you by saying, "Oh, no, we're not actually going to explain it."
Yes.
Just like Toy Story 4?
This movie's about to do it.
Toy Story 4 took inspiration from this movie.
So what's this?
It's nowhere near as bad as this movie, but still.
Toy Story 4 is another league of bad. It's the kind of bad where it taints an otherwise perfect run of movies.
Alright, that's
good. And Dickie is now dressing normally. How nice.
I guess that was his arc.
To dress normally.
If you can...
don't you see, Shuri? She's not going to tell him. Screw you, movie.
Oh, so there you go. You see, Shuri, this is the way things are supposed to be.
We're supposed to get dumber with age.
And we're not supposed to know why. Because, God forbid...
This music is so unfitting.
You know, Shuri?
Yes?
This makes when you get older... even more of a tragic irony type of song.
But guys, how about we play...
My life isn't a tragedy, it's a comedy.
But guys, how about we play clips from the movie? Also, I didn't know that you were a woman of... Sorry, I didn't know that you were a woman of quality, as Flushed-Away would say. I didn't know you'd seen that movie.
Well, actually, I think she was quoting Joker.
Yes, I know. That's why I said I didn't know she'd seen that movie.
I have seen that movie.
Yeah, Flushed-Away is good. It's from the same guy who also made the 2000 Astro Boy movie, which is also really good.
My point is that
I also like that movie.
My point was that I did not know that Shuri had seen Joker, but yeah, that's cool.
Sure.
So, guys,
one of the Go ahead.
So the movie literally ends with a clip show.
Yeah. There you go,
Look at all the great moments.
Look at all the great moments we spent watching this movie in a montage. The movie is
look at that, Shuri. Even your favorite scene of the baby supposedly having sex.
So, Libs, since you're very sensitive to bad CGI, how was that wonderful dancing baby effect?
I don't even care at this point.
But don't you see, Pedro? It's the perfect move. Now we don't even have to go back. The movie's going back for us.
Yes, of course. Do it. I wish this shit would never end.
Hey, remember when the baby smoked? That was cute.
Look at that, Shiroi. All the good times we didn't have.
I'm amazed, though, that so far there doesn't seem to have been any discrepancies between the movie we're watching and the cut Dwibs has.
Did you notice any major discrepancies, Dwibs?
Well, I kept having to fast forward the movie to catch up with you guys.
Okay.
Oh,
so
wait. So, like, what? Did the movie slow down or something? And
No, it's at the same speed. It's just
oh, they
get it? Sequel tease.
there'll never be a sequel. There was a sequel. Why?
All right, and now it's credits. Dibs, what do you think of the awesome main theme of the score here?
what score?
Well,
I know, right?
It's playing now in the credits. The main theme.
Oh, thank you for giving us one of the few jokes, Judith Drake.
It's the music theme.
Very good. So yeah, that was the worst of mankind. I mean, Baby Geniuses.
Let me check and see if it's...
Can I go first with my final thoughts?
I'm just gonna check and see if there's a post-credits scene.
I've already clicked off the video. I'm sorry.
It's crap.
There isn't. Sure,
it's crap. Is one of the dumbest ideas for a movie I've ever heard. Everyone in it is either really embarrassed to be there, but are just trying to make the best of it, or just like all their reactions just read like, "Oh crap, I'm in a movie called Baby Geniuses." I mean, everything about this movie is just, it's like the worst aspects of late 90s family films in a nutshell. The adults are way dumber than the children. You know, the children somehow have the ability to, be really, really super duper intelligent. All that was missing was, well, I mean, yeah, I see where the Book of Henry got its inspiration from. And I mean, really, all these talented actors coming here wasting their talents. Peter McNichol, Dom DeLuise,
Kathleen
Christopher Lloyd,
Turner,
among many, many, many others.
Kathleen flipping Turner.
It's a miracle that none of the actors' careers, the main ones at least, died after this.
Well, the directors did.
Or after the next couple of movies. So, yeah. Baby Geniuses. It's like, I have no idea what the hell anyone was thinking making this. But they did make it.
And it made money.
I regret seeing it.
Yes.
That's it, I'm done.
Shiroi.
Well, that was terrible.
How terrible?
Pretty much what Dwib said. I mean, the actors are trying despite everything. I don't really care for the music. It's pretty generic for, this kind of quote-unquote wacky, whimsical family movie. A lot of the placements don't make any sense, especially when... they all reunited at the end there before the final scene. It's like, that sounded way too, again, wacky/whimsical for the scene that was happening. Some of the implications in this movie are uncomfortable,
Call
to
me.
say the least.
2 words.
Ugh.
Call me. She says with a cigar in her hand.
Comedy. Anyway.
What about the incredible nightmare fuel?
Again, this is the subway scene, like, for us.
So, scarier... Would you say it's scarier than the subway scene from The Wiz?
I didn't find it.
Well, it's personal. That's personal preference,
it depends on how easily you are scared, because
and what actually freaks you out. It's very case by case.
It's a case by case, because literally what they do, because in Wiz it's literally just a big face, a big metallic face talking to you, and that's literally it. Yeah, the eyes look kind of creepy, but that's about it.
I sure was talking about the subway scene.
You know what's the interesting thing? This movie has more horror. This movie has more horror than Gears 5. That's so sad that I don't even want to go any further than that without comparison.
And this one's for kids.
The point is, that's the thing, Jova. yeah, that was a big face. This is literally incredibly terrifying looking puppets beating the shit out of people, and the evil clown with teeth clapping like that. Like, seriously, it's just.
Again, we were talking about the subway scene, not the Wiz himself, but I get what you mean.
Well, wasn't that in the subway?
No. What you're describing was the Wiz head. Now, the subway scene was the one with those creepy ass.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about those. Nah.
In fact, Pedro, it was during that scene when you asked Tio if he wanted to be in this movie because of similar stories.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. That was the scene not the wizard head, but like it was that scene I was referring to.
No. I'll still this is still scarier. Because at least
I agree. But that's why I said it's also personal preference. So
those things were just sitting there. These fucking puppet animatronic things literally started killing people.
See, in the Wiz, they chase them, but in this movie, they do attack people.
And they never really do anything about it. That's the thing.
Don't you see, though? They're on the good guys' side, technically, because the babies are manning them.
Yeah, but there's innocence involved in all of this. Like, the implication is that those things have been left to rampage.
Yes.
They're still around. We haven't done anything about them.
Oh, what a sweet girl. Give baby Bunting a big hug.
No!
I'm curious, though. How would Kid you have reacted, Shiroi?
Probably wouldn't have enjoyed it. Or would have repressed it. I don't know.
Jova, let me put it like this. Because this is, let me put it like this. The Nostalgia Critic said in his review when he got to the first appearance of Baby Bong, that no child should be near this thing because they would shit their pants if they saw this thing coming towards them. No, screw that noise. I'm a 33-year-old adult man, and I think I would shit my pants if I saw that thing coming towards me. Wait. That
exactly.
Wait, guys, don't you see? You have to be a baby to understand the genius of this movie. Because, you see, like how this movie suggested, with, a baby just slapping his hands on the keys, the computer interprets it as a masterpiece somehow. Clearly, we have to be babies to get it. Because, of course, as adults, this movie seems stupid. But in reality, it's secretly genius when a baby watches it.
I just cracked it, Jova. What happened was, they wrote the script. The script was god-awful. However, Jova, the producers put the script into a computer, and through the computer's interpretation, apparently this script was genius.
So what you're saying is that this movie was actually made for computers.
Yes. Basically, this script is brilliant because the computer interpreted it to be so.
Of course. So don't you see, Shiroi, if, say, you have a pet that just randomly does something or pisses on your carpet or something, it means that it's secretly genius.
So, and that was... okay, so...
Sorry. Continue with your thoughts, Shiroi.
Final question, Shiroi. What about the wonderful fact that this movie absolutely delights in insulting you and calling you a moron for even watching it in the first place?
Well, they made it. It's not my problem.
That's the thing. They made it and profited off of it. That's the reason.
Yeah, this was a success for some reason.
That's the thing, Shiroi. Okay, that's the thing, Shiroi. Let's pretend for a moment that you actually paid to watch this movie. Because remember, back in 1999, there was no Netflix.
That is the darkest timeline.
remember, Shiroi, when this movie came out in 1999, the internet was still in its infancy, so you couldn't just download this movie. You couldn't use Netflix to watch it or anything
like that. Well, I mean, there were
Okay.
blockbusters.
You know what, to be fair, imagine a lot of people
get a movie, you still need to pay.
I know you still need to pay for it, but the price is considerably less.
True, but imagine if... You know what? I'm willing to bet that people were lured into this because it was Bob flipping Clark. I mean, at that point, the guy hadn't really done a bad movie, so of course if somebody can make a movie like Baby Geniuses work, surely it would be him. But... Okay, fine.
Shiroi, back in your day, how much did it usually cost to rent a movie?
I don't remember.
Okay, let's say about.
I still think it was less than a movie ticket, though, possibly.
Okay. Let's go. All right, let's go with £5.
I
Around
guess, give or take. I don't remember.
Okay, let's pretend for a moment. Let's pretend for a moment, Shiroi, that in late 1999 you rented this movie. This movie is literally telling you, ha ha ha, you paid £5 to watch this crap. Don't you feel stupid right now, Shiroi? That's basically what the writers are telling you with this. They're literally laughing in your face for paying £5 to watch this crap.
I feel like that scene, if you're talking about the stairs, was just to insult the quote-unquote bad guys.
That's the but that's the thing, Shiro. You have to read it between the lines. Remember, they literally say, "Well, if you think I'm going to do this, right? Well, I think you've seen
too many dumb movies.
Bad movies. They literally say bad movies, and they even have the baby say, "Man, that's some lame dialogue." The movie is literally rubbing its terribleness in your face, literally. See, this is the thing, Shiro. You have to read between the lines. This is clearly a writer telling you right in your face, you paid money to watch this crap. Ha ha ha, and laughing in your face.
You've seen too many dumb movies, so I'm going to recreate the scene that's in apparent dumb movies.
I know, right? Again, the movie says it only happens in bad movies, so it does it. Thus, kind of self-fulfilling the prophecy of making
that's what I was getting at, though. Like, the line is coming from antagonists, but the thing is, it's not very clever anyway, regardless of how you interpret it. It is not clever.
It's not. Like,
it's just cringe-inducing. It's not.
For me, it's outright insulting. I can tell when I'm being insulted by a movie. Like, and not to mention, Shiro, remember, they do it twice. Remember, right after the first guy gets hit in the gonads, as they say it,
then they're both stupid.
The other guy comes in and he literally spells the exact same routine word for word. You really think I'm going to go over that ski and go? It's literally like serious. It's literally like you just pressed rewind and you're watching the scene again. I cannot interpret this in any other way other than the fact that the movie's flat out laughing at me and calling me dumb for paying to watch this. Not that I did, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I'm being insulted, Bob. Fuck you. Continue, Shiroi.
No, that's it. This was a terrible, terrible time.
Okay, Jova.
Why? Those are the notes.
And those are Jova's thoughts. Why?
Okay.
Why?
You know what? To go better in depth here, this movie is cinematic homicide. It is literally a cold-blooded killing massacre of the cinematic arts in so many ways, shapes, or forms. It's shot horribly. The music is generic and bland. The effects are terrible. They dragged Crash Bandicoot into this. The jokes are terrible. They dragged Alex Trebek into this. It is unintentionally scary, unintentionally disturbing when you consider some of the adult jokes they make regarding certain babies. Again, allegory for sex and whatnot. And him literally asking her to take her clothes off. Wow.
I was really hoping it wasn't that, but then the smoking and everything else, like, Jesus.
How did they even... Oh God, now I'm imagining it. Oh God, no.
This movie got approved as a family comedy romp. Yep. This is apparently what counts for family-friendly entertainment.
You see, Shiroi, the more dumb aspects, those are meant to please the kids, whereas the more adult aspects, like the babies having a sex, those are jokes meant for adults, which kind of makes it worse.
Well, we're all adults. Did the jokes work for any of us? No?
No? Well, 3 of them did.
Three of them did.
So there's that. Well, Jova, were the moments where the movie becomes a terrifying horror movie also made for adults like us?
No, I think that was supposed to be charming and funny, supposedly.
What?
That's the thing. It's shot like it's supposed to be charming when it's charming, or funny when they attack people, but in reality,
clearly,
it feels scary.
Clearly, Bob, you and I have a very, very different definition of the word charming.
I guess I'm just gonna have to ask the same thing I asked during the Wiz commentary. Were they trying to make a horror film at some point and that just got lost in translation? Lord knows it feels like it.
Maybe this was originally a French horror movie, because French people do really weird concepts for movies.
Yeah.
But,
seriously though, let's talk about quite possibly the two biggest victims of the casting here. Christopher Lloyd and Kathleen Turner. These two clearly were giving it their all, to the point where I honestly think Kathleen Turner lost her mind at some point. Like, it really feels like she's losing her mind at some point here and there. I mean, not like a lot of the other cast are that much better off. Kyle Howard as Dickie is... Dom DeLuise as Lenny is... Oh, God. I think, Timmy, the dumbest thing, though, is that when you really think about it, this movie is too dumb for its own good. Like, literally, here's how... You know what would have actually made this funny? To take a bit from the nostalgia critic himself, have it be that the babies were literally just dumb, but the adults are all overreacting. That would have actually made a relatable joke and somewhat of at least a good premise for a comedy. If the babies were really dumb, but the humans perceived it as genius somehow, like, their accidental successes and whatnot here and there. That would have probably have led to more humor. The problem is that, like Pedro mentioned, a lot of stuff is played very straight in this movie, surprisingly. Some of the more serious moments, some of the more heartfelt moments, like the comedy kind of takes a back seat. Definitely when the comedy does step in, it kind of feels...
heartfelt.
Yeah, it kind of feels inappropriate. Again, special mention goes to the implication that the babies had sex. I know we keep coming back to it, but... there are boundaries that you should maybe... Okay, if you're going to touch those boundaries, you should know how to handle it so that it actually seems funny. And yes, I get it. Some people might have gotten insulted either way, but by God, it feels like it almost feels like borderline shock value stuff with how straight they play it.
Like, acknowledge the absurdity of the situation. It still wouldn't have been good because the implication and all that, it's still there. But at least acknowledge some form of absurdity.
Yeah. And again, they gave us a really, really half-assed Roger Rabbit reunion out of this. And for what? For Christopher Lloyd to get stuck on a roller coaster screaming for his life and he may or may not die? Or Kathleen Turner having a complete breakdown as she loses against a baby? Jesus, Jessica Rabbit, the years have not been kind to you. And then again, you are kind of part of the reason that Cool World apparently ended up sucking, so maybe this was karma or something, who knows? Ah, boy. At the end of the day, though, my biggest thing is that really, when you get down to it, it's so stupid that it hurts. You have people literally pouring so much money into supposed genius babies that become dumb anyway. Again, it doesn't have the right stuff like Boss Baby did. Boss Baby... I just realized I'm complimenting Boss Baby over this again. We have hit a new low. Boss Baby at least had a means of keeping the babies smart. This, they apparently hadn't yet. Supposedly Dr. Kinder was working on it, but she was evil, so away with her. And again, they literally rely on a computer that somehow interprets a baby banging his hands on the keyboard as supposed sophisticated music. That is literally the dumbest thing in this movie, if you were to ask me.
Yeah, so in how many ways does this thing offend you as a musician?
Too many to count.
Okay.
It is one of the worst movies we have commentated on. It's up there with Last Airbender and After Last Season. I'm actually wondering if I should consider this better or worse than After Last Season.
Well, okay. At the very least, this movie feels like it was made by a director that actually knows how to direct. So there's that at least.
So congrats, Baby Geniuses. You're not as bad as after the last season.
I mean, remember, Jova, in After Last Season literally has a scene where a guy's putting a sign on a door, but instead of having actual writing on the paper, instead they have to superimpose text in post-production. Apparently. They couldn't just use a laser printer, apparently.
Okay, I'm done. This movie is bad, but oh, that's right, I should probably also mention here. So Baby Geniuses 2 was not the end because, believe it or not, a mini-series got made of this. And basically, those series were tapered together into movies.
By popular demand, Baby Geniuses 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming soon.
They are called Baby Geniuses and the Mystery of the Crown Jewels for the third movie, Baby Geniuses and the Treasures of Egypt for the fourth movie, and finally, Baby Geniuses and the Space Baby for the fifth movie in 2015.
I love that fourth title, Baby Geniuses and the Treasures of Egypt.
What?
I don't. The long-awaited Baby Geniuses Yu-Gi-Oh crossover that we've always wanted.
Oh my god!
Well, the only hope I have is that one of the main characters is like, Destiny is bullshit. Fuck it.
Okay, that's it. I'm done. This movie is terrible, but I would argue the sequels are gonna be even worse.
Okay, so
Pedro, close us out.
Okay, everybody, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't worry, everybody.
No, seriously, Pedro, you haven't given your final thoughts.
Oh, no. I know. Don't worry, I'm getting there. Well, everybody, this is also. There you go, everybody. This is the ultimate piece of evidence that humanity is doomed, and that it's pointless.
Well, yeah, of course humanity is doomed because we're clearly not listening to the babies. That's why 2020 turned out so terrible. The babies planned this.
Yes.
And that's why they're not helping us out.
Of course. Yeah. So yeah, everybody. Well, now okay, everybody. For those of you who may not have ever bothered to try to maybe consult, maybe get some counseling, get some help, there you go. This movie is the ultimate argument for why you should, because if you don't need counseling before watching this movie, you will need counseling after you watch it. So there you go. While you're at it, talk to your counselor about all the other things you might need to talk about while you're at it. So there's that. This movie,
I guess.
So tell me, when did this time of self-doubt and self-harm come to your thoughts? Well, it all happened when I first saw Baby Geniuses. And after I finished watching it, Doctor, I just realized, why should I continue to be alive? What is the point? Humanity is only going to go downhill from this point on. So there is no point. Anyway, yeah. Baby Geniuses is a complete fucking dumpster fire that tries to pass itself off as cinema. The jokes are 98% terrible. They're only... I wouldn't even go as far because Jova laughed 3 times. I only laughed once. So I wouldn't even give it that much, to be honest with you. The directing, for the most part, is fairly competent enough, but then of course when the movie has to have some kind of effects, it's atrocious. Clearly this was Bob Clark having a vacation and somehow getting paid for it. So yeah, the script is one of the worst things I have ever read / watched, because I saw this with subtitles, so I was reading the script as I watched it. So congrats, Bob, and you other writers, for writing what is quite possibly the most incomprehensible idea for a family romp that I've ever seen.
Again, do I just have to be a baby to get all this stuff? Did I
Yes.
at some point hold the capacity to understand all this? Were we?
Oh, but remember, we all start as geniuses, and then we become morons.
So what do you suppose?
Oh.
What do you suppose we did as
Oh.
babies? Did I like paint the latest Picasso piece? Did Shiroi solve world hunger while she was a baby? Did you solve the financial economic crisis?
Well, apparently the producer of this movie, or at least one of them, go on to helm, and we're going to go on to write the classic Tekken 2 Kazuya's Revenge.
Was
Oh,
that
great.
a good movie?
From the director of Ballistic.
No,
Was it a-
Jova.
Oh wait. Oh.
Jova, it's made by the producer of this movie and the director of Ballistic. What
Again-
do you think the movie's like?
Pedro, again. Bob Clark, the director and story writer, well, co-story writer, he was a great thing, so I just don't know what this movie particularly just ruined everyone, and maybe some of these people are capable of better things.
Anyway,
Continue.
yeah, this movie is an absolute abomination that should be forgotten, and yet it wasn't because it got 4 fucking sequels.
The latest one being in 2015, so yeah, style
Yes.
only ended 5 years ago.
By popular demand, we are bringing to you Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2. After that, Baby Geniuses 3. What's the subtitle, Joe?
Baby Geniuses 3 and The Mystery of the
Electric
Crown
PGG.
Jewels.
Oh, so it's let me guess. I won't take place in the UK.
Yes, it's about them having to
Why? Go away.
It's about them having to save the
don't want you
Queen's
here.
crown jewels, apparently. So, yeah, Dwibs, Baby Geniuses be coming to your neck of the woods eventually.
And then we have Baby Genius.
I'm guessing that's the price we had to pay so that we could get more big budget movies filmed around these parts.
I suppose.
And then we have Baby Geniuses 4, The Treasures of Egypt. And then we have Baby Geniuses 5, Space Baby. We're bringing
Wait,
space.
seriously?
Sure, that's what
Yes.
the fifth movie is called. Baby Geniuses
Sure.
and the Space Baby.
Oh my god.
It's Baby Geniuses in space.
You know, taking something into space is usually a sign that you've jumped the shark, just saying.
Jova, this movie was born flying over the shark. There was no shark to jump over.
So then what happens when they go into the space? Do they suddenly jump over the moon?
They jump over the moon. Yes.
Well, I'm not really in a rush to fight. So
Oh.
should we bring this
The
to an
point
end?
is, yes, this movie is atrocious. It's an insult to anyone who has ever deemed themselves a normal, functioning person. And now, there you go, Shiroi, Jova, Dwebs. You are now 50% number from having experienced it. So,
No, but don't you see, by listening to baby sounds, we can regenerate our intelligence according to this movie.
No.
Apparently, we need to embrace our inner child, as they were saying.
And we'll be smart again.
fuck you, movie. It's
But Pedro,
That
the
was
computer interpreted it. It's genius.
yes, and I'm interpreting this movie as a pile of cow dung. So basically, okay, everybody, that was Baby Geniuses. Tune in for whenever I can muster up the madness to pick Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2.
See you then.
See you then.
See ya.
See you then.